What's going on, chat? How's it going? Appreciate everyone tuning in. Sunday hobby streaming it is, looks like. Alright. We got some more work to do for the battle report for tomorrow. What's going on here? Deactivate. Activate. Okay. Does that... Let me guess. Does that mean my game isn't going to work? Let's get this all out of the way. Hold on. Ah, it works. Okay, cool. For some reason, the Elgato capture for the camera wasn't working. Alright. Let's swap over. Let's get this off, and let's get some nice, relaxing Resident Evil music for this cloudy day that we have. Alright, so today, what are we doing? What are we working on? Is the question. We got a bunch of different stuff. You can see we got some buildings set up. First one here, let's go. Hey, how's it going, time guy? We got some city buildings that we're going to be probably doing some sort of quick paint job on. I took the Nachtjagers and dry brush these using the purple and blue, so that way I can put some feathers on them. I still have to do some red dry brushing to the wings and all that. Let's see, what else did I did some other stuff yesterday after I'm almost done editing the cutting up the edit for the next battle report. I got a bunch done yesterday off stream and this morning. But check out, we got Helga Wunderpump. I painted her up so that way she's our veteran platoon commander. And then we got I guess kind of like an early Schreckwolfen, but this is going to just be like a extra veteran troop for the platoon commander. So I kind of want to hang a Panzerfaust from his hand. That's how we're going to be playing it. Soon to be Konflikt 26, am I right? Definitely a lot going on. So, what do you call it? Do a little miniature painting. And stop worrying about what's all over YouTube. Alright. Now we have Little Peacock 2. I would like to get this version of him done. I have the helmeted version, but I think if I don't get that, that's fine. And then yesterday, we did kind of like an awkward angle. I don't know why. I guess I could always raise the camera up, but whatever. We got all our Totencore done over here, so I'll show you. I did some additional painting last night on these. And this morning I added white to all the bullet holes in their mouths and stuff. So we're going to take some red speed paint. And we're going to fill in all the bullet holes with like fleshy, rotted emu colors. Just learning to use an airbrush, taking a class with a notable miniature painter. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I airbrushed most of this stuff. Like these guys here were airbrushed gray with a little light gray highlight. Almost like a kind of Zenithal-esque highlight. And these, for instance, I painted black, and then I just hit them with the airbrush for some gray. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we do some sort of speed paint on here, but I'm not certain. I almost kind of want to just take some sponging. But I don't know what's going to be what's going to look good. I don't have a ton of random paints, though, that could work, so we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. But I kind of did like a Zenithal-like highlight on these with some gray paint over the black with the airbrush. That way I can always, we can either sponge something, or maybe we could just put some speed paint on. I'm not really certain, but we'll figure it out. But no matter what, we got to get the buildings done. I want to touch up the zombies, and yeah, that's the number one important thing. And then I can always glue feathers or something. But I think we're going to start with the zombies, and then we'll move on to the buildings, because we're going to be using those tomorrow. Yeah, these are all 3D printed. Shout out to Rev. Rev has a Bamboo A1. So we've been printing, and they have the little pegs, so you can always, if it's like a fully enclosed building, you can open it up. But we're starting to work on some, or he's starting to work on some city stuff. So ideally we need like 10 or 15 of these things, you know, to have like a cool city backdrop or to play with. But they look great no matter what. So we're slowly building up. That was like the best investment he ever could have gotten for miniature stuff, was the FDM printer. I have a resin printer, which is how we printed most of this stuff. But I've heard Tiki the Hut mention you on his streams. Thought I would drop in. Tiki the Hut, he turns out to be real. Everyone told me he was AI, but turns out he was real all along. The legends were true. Yeah, Tiki's awesome. He's also a former Long Islander, so shout out to all the Long Islanders out there. All right. Let me see here. Get this set up. Yeah, Tiki's awesome. I'm glad he's streaming. But unfortunately, he's been streaming super late, so... or like super early, one or the other. I haven't been able to catch him live yet. Yeah, we have a ton of different Konflikt battle reports. If you haven't checked out the channel, we have a pretty comprehensive list of Konflikt 47 battle reports. I think we've done 15 so far. I'm editing number 16, and then we're filming number 17 tomorrow. So moving on up, we're getting there. So we're going to take some pallid bone and some crusader skin to start. We're going to put that in like the bullet holes, and then we could always go with a little bit of red if we feel like it. This poor wet palette sheet is going to have to get thrown away. But I'm using it for now. The, what do you call it? The speed paints just destroy my wet palette parchment or whatever. Okay. So it's pretty simple. I took the... You can see there's like bullet holes, and there's areas where their cloth is exposed to their skin. So we're going to go with the same treatment that we did for the zombie skin, which is pallid bone and like crusader skin or warrior skin. And then what we do is we take little random splotches of blue and purple, because if you don't know, everything has emu DNA, I'm sorry. Thanks to Little Peacock smuggling emu eggs into back in time into 1947. I still don't know how I'm going to explain the lore behind Little Peacock. I haven't figured that out. It's going to be tricky. I'll give you the short rundown, the TLDR. I have another stream. I've been streaming for like 8 or 9 years. Saltwater fly tying. What I do is I tie saltwater flies for guides and fly shops, tackle shops, and I do that for a living. And over the years of streaming, you kind of slowly lose your mind. So I started making rap songs under the alter ego of Little Peacock. And then one thing led to another, and Little Peacock got banished to the Shadow Realm in a musical battle during a Halloween stream. And then I showed some of the folks that video when we started streaming here on this channel, and everyone convinced me, yes, Little Peacock is now in the Rift, and he's in Konflikt. So now I have 2 Axis armies. Colonel von Liechtenstein of the Green Hand, and then, what do you call it? We have, what's his name? Little Peacock with the, I don't know what. We haven't figured out the name for Little Peacock's army of minions. Blackface zombie. Psh, what do you, they got blue emu genetics, all right? What's going on, Gabriel? Don't try and cancel my zombies because they have emu DNA, all right? Bullshit. So I'm going to put like pallid bone in some areas, and I'll put the warrior or the crusader skin and others. I'm just trying to get it to look like a rotted, decayed sort of flesh for zombies. I don't care if I get a little bleed over. I actually ended up having to do a second coat of the cloth for the, what do you call it, the soldiers too. One coat wasn't really enough to get it perfect. So I did that, I did the boots, I did the hats, I did the belts, all that jazz. I did the hair, yada yada yada. Looking good. I've become very Konflikt curious. It looks to have a great community and a good game to play. The community is awesome. And you can also play bolt action as well. It's like they're very cross-compatible, so it's very easy for people who played bolt action to get into it. It's a very affordable game as well, coming from somebody who played Warhammer, for instance. So that's one of the main selling points for someone like me who doesn't have a big budget for miniature-related stuff. Even though I have a YouTube channel with it. More aspirational than successful, but we'll get there. So I like, you know, you can spend like, I bought the starter set and then we did a bunch of 3D printing, but for instance for bolt action you can spend like $100 and something and get a whole army for the game. And you can use a lot of your bolt action miniatures. Like if you have any tanks you could just swap the turrets out, 3D print some turrets or buy some turrets from Warlord for the Konflikt stuff. But Konflikt in general, if you just want to play Konflikt, is a great game. It's different too to a lot of games with the order dice activation system, and I think that's a nice selling point to other games. Adds a some variety if you're used to different systems. We kind of play it as more like a fun, like narrative sort of game. We haven't gone like super competitive yet. Although I would argue we're gonna go over the list that I'm going to be playing tomorrow with this with these minis. It's probably like not a bad list. You just had a 4-way battle royale at your local game store? Oh, I want to do 4-player. We've done 3-player where it's 1v1v1, but we haven't been able to do 4-player yet. How did it work out, Gabriel? Were you using your green vault? Your Konflikt's curious too. Looking through Warlord games, the models look great. I play one-page rules usually. Yeah, we started with one-page rules. That's one of the other games that we're going to be featuring here on the channel, because there's still folks that watched me before Konflikt that were into one-page rules, and that's kind of what we started with here on the channel. And that's what I started with, miniature gaming, because it was so easy and accessible. I think we're going to actually do, you know, One Page Rules has this system to like for solo play, and it's like the hero mode where you like have stats and stuff like that. I think we're going to do a solo series on the channel where I take some Konflikt minis and they go through, maybe they end up going through like a rift and they end up in the One Page Rules universe or something where there's all these different, you know, or it could be anywhere, but they just end up in some weird thing where they're fighting like, you know, tyranny or the aliens, they're fighting, you know, Battle Brothers, they're fighting all these things. So I can use my Warhammer minis, I can use freaking all my sci-fi minis from all the sci-fi campaigns and TTRPGs I've done. So that could be fun, because I know people have been requesting one-page rules on the channel, but none of my friends want to come play it. My one friend that does, he like, it's so hard to get him to come play miniature related stuff. He watches mini streams. He doesn't even watch my stream. Because it's not Warhammer related. But, what do you call it? So I'm thinking that for one-page rules, I might do a thing where it's like Slammer Samuels and like a Firefly platoon commander and someone else, like a Paragon, like end up going through this like time machine, like, and they end up in one-page rules. And we're gonna do a solo thing. So the folks for Konflikt, we can do like a cool like narrative thing where it's like they're we can also do it where it's like in the Konflikt universe. So that way I can kind of make both people happy, both camps. I don't know. I'm debating on what to do. I still haven't figured it out. That being said, I think you should check out Konflikt. I think it's a great game. So Watch some of the battle reports. See if you like them. I can't tell you much about like the competitive side of it. I kind of almost want to like check out Mordian's video on stream. He just put out a video where he went to his first Konflikt tournament. So I'm kind of curious how that went. What it was like. I saw he brought Drugov and what do you call it? Oh, Chris will play one-page rules. Oh, hell yeah, Chris. Yeah, you're playing Warhammer with Rev right now? Chris was actually the one who was in the 1v1v1. So, all right, if you're down, yeah, we'll film some one-page rules. Hell yeah. I don't think it'll get like the same amount of views as the Konflikt stuff, but I still want to show love to one-page rules because it's such a good game. We wouldn't have a miniature-related channel without that game, so. But we went over it on stream last night. We wrote down a bunch of games that we're going to be looking into playing on the channel. Gaslands, we were looking at Fallout games. We were looking at Zone Alpha, which is inspired by Stalker, for instance. So there's a lot of cool stuff that I would like to do, which there's a lot of cool stuff I can do solo as well. It's nice for, like, you'll see the next battle report coming out is actually a solo game that I filmed. But it's nice because I can, like, take my time and move stuff around, film stuff, you know. Because I don't want Rev to be here for, like, 7 hours filming a game. One-page rules used to have solo rules, Oracle tree to their previous version. They could probably be still tweaked to work with the current version. Yeah, they, well, you can always just play one-page rules solo, and then you could just, like, 5 parsecs from home, I have an AI table where you can control the enemies in a tabletop battle. So, like, certain enemies, if they're aggressive, they'll do this. They always run for cover. If they're melee, they're not going to expose themselves until they can get in charge range. Stuff like that, you know. But they have like a which they already have in one-page rules, but if you look, I have it downloaded. It's the or they have it in their army builder, the solo like campaign thing, but it adds different stats. It adds like abilities and stats. You have like intellect and all this or something. Whoa, Gabriel, my friend, thank you so much. Get some 07s in the chat or some what do you call it? Some green hand emotes for the green vault player. Thank you, though. Very kind of you. Thank you for the super chat. Some of you folks have been so generous recently. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I got the Warlord. They had the deal going on, so I got the special character minis in metal. So we got the Wolfen SS pack or whatever with the werewolf and Little Peacock's girlfriend. We got the British nuns, where it's like the British dudes in nun outfits. We got the vampire guy, so like the German vampire dude and the guy with the cross. And we also got farm animals, the one I'm most excited about. Haha! I got pigs and goats. So shout out to you folks. Used a little bit of that to get some minis for the channel, because all those minis are gonna they're not like very tactical or good minis for Konflikt, but they're, because you can use them as like platoon commanders, whatever, but it's for like narrative episodes where we're gonna do some cool, like maybe the Commonwealth is sneaking in behind enemy lines in Germany and they're dressed up as nuns or something, you know. Some cool stuff. So thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate it. Which army do you play in Konflikt? I have US and I have the Axis. So, but now we have 2 Axis armies. We have the Occult army with all the zombies, the Emu infused Nachtjägers, the Schreckwolfens, everything has Emu DNA in it. This is my like Occult army with a little peacock. And then I have the Green Hand, which is like the more traditional Axis army, and they're the green. I accidentally called the Green Vault the green hand at the start of our battle reports, and then we just ran with it. So now they all have hands on their green hands on their outfits, like Saruman. What do you call it? That is more like stall trooping, the walkers, all the gravity pulse weapons and stuff, and like power armor dudes. So this is going to be like my occult, you know, weird World War II kind of German army where they're all like into like rituals and summoning and nuns with guns. Hell yeah, baby. That's gonna be, we could do like a fun mission, I'm sure, with the nuns. Yeah, dude. I mean, these are 3D prints, but when I get the real Noctjagers, I would love to do this. Because the emus, and if you haven't seen, I mean, I'm talking about emus like you guys know what I'm talking about. But this is Heinrich Gross's bodyguards, and Heinrich Gross we're playing is Little Peacock. So everything has emu DNA. So I just painted them blue and purplish, because that's what emu skin is like underneath their feathers. And then I just glued, this is actually called Jungle Cock. I gotta hit the soundboard for that one, come on. That's this feather right here. Because if you don't know, what I do is I tie saltwater flies for a living. So I use a lot of feathers. But it's these tiny little nails, that something like this would be $100, by the way. And they use these tiny little feathers to imitate a fish eye on a trout fly or salmon fly, for instance. So what I did is I took the larger feathers that aren't expensive, and I took the fluff off of it and glued it to the minis. So then I just did the same with the Noctjagers, because they're flying, so why not? They have emu genetics, even though emus don't fly. Who cares? It's the Rift. If anyone ever questions anything with your army, like, well, how does that work? You just say the Rift, and you're good. We've already gone over it on the channel. That's a very niche job. It is a very niche job. Like, I'll show you. Like, where's a good one? This is what we did on stream the other night, but we tie stuff like this. Is what we did on Friday. We did 2 articulated flies. This is a tandem hooked. This is like kind of what you would use for largemouth bass or trout, right here. And then this is an articulated squid fly that we tied, because I'm a saltwater guy. I live in Long Island, so we fish for striped bass and bluefish and stuff like that. With a big articulated squid fly, for instance. So we do all sorts of stuff like this. So I got a bunch of random crap to glue on minis, and I've never done it before, and I'm happy we started doing it. Alright. But what I really do is I tie them for like shops and businesses, and mostly guides or captains that take people out fishing for a living with a fly rod. Anyways, enough of that. That's how the feathers ended up on there. Do I have a store? No, I mostly tie, I have like people order on Instagram and all that, but we are going to eventually have flies on this. It's almost like a third-party website called Anglers Marketplace, where people who make their own lures and stuff can sell them. Almost kind of like eBay, if you will, or something. But you don't bid, it's like you can just buy it. Because I've had a website before, and it was so expensive, the cost of running a website. It was just too much. Because I wasn't doing a ton of private sales at the time. I was mostly doing commercial tying. In the future, I'm probably going to have another website, because if you don't know, I have another YouTube channel, Li Flies Mike, and it's, what do you call it? It's pretty, we were talking about it. We probably have like the largest collection of saltwater flies on YouTube. So it's not extremely like successful, but you know, I make a little money off of it, and it, you know, the channel is doing pretty good overall. That being said, the Konflikt videos are like getting way more views. It's just a larger demographic or market on YouTube than fly tying. But that's how I pay the bills at the moment. I've been doing it for about 8 or 9 years, tying saltwater flies. I don't know, Gabriel, are you an STL maker? I don't think so, right? Let me zoom in. I gotta remember not to stay zoomed in so you guys, the autofocus does its job. Alright. So now we're gonna do some blood. I think his name's just Green Vault Gabriel, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna paint the eyes bright red too, because I want the... So this, you know, like all the Rift weapons, I've been doing blue for the Americans. There's green for the green hand, right, for the Axis. For these Axis, I'm gonna do red. Bright red is gonna be the colors for all the like Rift weapons and stuff, and all the like glowing eyes. Yada yada yada. So what I'm doing here is getting the eyes glowing here. Already hit it with white for speed paint. Yeah, another Green Vault Gabriel. Oh, okay. Or another Green Vault guy. And we can even do like a little blood on the fleshy areas here and there. Yeah. Maybe just a little bit of bloody area here and there. Well, I still haven't done the emu stuff, so maybe I'll do the blood after, now that I think about it. Gotta do the emu genetics. So the last step, I don't know if I'm gonna get to it for Monday. Maybe tonight I'll do it, but I want to glue feathers around their cuffs like that. And if any of them have open shirts, like this dude, maybe glue some emu feathers coming out of his shirt or like around his arms. But just like coming out of, I don't want it like all over their hands and stuff, just a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking, is putting feathers on the Totem Core as well, because everything has emu genetics in it. Does Konflikt have an army builder? They do. They have their the Warlord app. I think you have to pay like $1 or $2 a month or something. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't use it. I probably should, because Tabletop Command Post, another channel, was asking me, he's like, oh, which one's your captain or something for you? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just get 2 platoon commanders, and then I think I have the right amount of infantry. You know what I mean? But there is an army builder. There also is a free... I don't know if they've updated it, but I was using it in Bolt Action. There's a website. This guy made a free army builder for Bolt Action. And he also had Konflikt. I don't know if he's updated, though. I don't think he has for Konflikt. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet. And, I mean, it's like $1 or $2 a month or something, you know. I'm just a cheapskate. Can't help it. But they do have an army builder. Which I'm probably going to have to start using soon. Just so I don't screw up. Because I brought like a flamethrower dude. And somebody's like, don't you need an engineering platoon? I'm like, oh, that's absolutely right. Makes Firefly stuff? You love the 3D printed stuff terrain-wise? Yeah. Yeah, getting a 3D printer just for terrain, even if you like getting the official models for any games you play or whatever, right? Just for terrain is like, it's going to step up your boards like crazy. The problem is, where are you going to store it? Now we're running into the issues of, we have so much terrain building up, and we haven't even gotten to the, I think, a good amount. Like, we need like 15 of these buildings, I feel like, to get to the board where I want it to look like for a really cool cinematic game that we usually film. You know what I mean? We kind of need like 5 or 10 of each building. Or not each building, but like, you know, each types, you know, in the sets of buildings. We need like a certain amount. It's a lot of work for Rev and me, and then where are we going to store it? So, but eventually, I mean, we're going to get there. I wouldn't mind. Over time, I got to buy some spools of filament for Rev, but we need like 15 of these buildings. Maybe some like factories too, you know, large industrial. For that sort of, you know, what do you call it? Like, to really look like a city, you know? It's one thing to set it up for, like, a game, you know, where it's like, oh, yeah, but, you know, we'll just put a couple buildings here, a couple buildings there, right? But to make it look like a city block, like, we could line up buildings along the roads the entire way, you know what I mean? It's a lot of work, but when you go to, like, actually film a game like that, too, man, what a difference it makes. Like, I spent so long setting up the board the other day. You'll see that's the next battle report. I took all my handmade D&D, because I do have a foam cutter. I should probably start using it. What do you call it? I have handmade D&D blocks and squares, like tiles, that are all magnetized. So what I did is I took all that, and then I built like a stairway up to like a rocket launch pad, essentially. And it took me like probably 20 minutes of assembling all that with the stairs. But man, it looks so good. And I sent a photo to Rev. He's like, what the hell? I want to play on a board like that. But we always use Rev Battle Mat, so we have to like set it up and then break it down. So it's like we don't want to set up the board for like an hour and a half, and we haven't even started playing the game yet. But does Konflikt play well with a lot of terrain? Oh, hell yeah. You can play it with minimal terrain. That's how we've done a lot of our videos, I would say, where it's like just some houses and some trees. That's how a lot of bolt action, it seemed like, was being filmed and played in certain areas, where it was like pretty sparse terrain-wise, and then like the tanks could shoot all over. But we've done boards where it's like tons and tons of terrain and line of sight blocking, and it definitely didn't feel like it was like, you know, ruined the game or something. It added a whole nother level of, I guess, thought process behind your movement and stuff. The cool thing with terrain, they have a bunch of different effects with terrain, you know. You can blow up buildings and stuff. If you get enough hits on a building, you can literally collapse it. So if you're like shooting a giant tank at a building, a brick building, if you get enough hits with an HE shot, you can literally cause the building to just get destroyed. So then you could also just you could have like a ruined version of buildings if you really wanted to, you know? Looks like there's an army list document for each army on Warlord Community website. Yes, no, all of the army lists are completely free. The only thing you would need to pay for is the rules, but you can find like the basic rules, I think, for free on there, if I'm not wrong. But you just buy a rule book, or one of you buddies has a rule book, or somebody, because you don't know like what the weapon stats are. You need the rule book for that, because they don't tell you how many shots each gun gets for each dude. It's like, okay, that's an assault rifle. The Germans have the Axis have assault rifles. The US, you get 2 shots, 18 inches, no pen. But you need the book for that. Other than that, all of the army rules, thank God, they used to have books, and they still have books in bolt action. But everything else is free online, so you don't need to buy a codex or something like that, for instance. Warhammer guys looking at our board and then back to the L-shaped ruins. I know. The L-shaped ruins. No more, my friends. The Renaissance era of tabletop terrain is like now. The fight against the L-shaped ruins has begun. I love to hear it. Like plain cardboard L-shaped ruins. Meanwhile, somebody like probably like they have like a professionally painted army from like a studio. What is this heresy? God, I love the Resident Evil save music. Has anyone been playing the new Resident Evil? I've been watching, I watched Djibouti Show. That's like the only stream I really watch that plays games, at least. And I gotta wait till, I guess, Monday till they stream again, but man, that game looks sick. Too much of the girl, though. I want more Leon. Like, we need more Leon gameplay. Like, Resident Evil 4 was, like, peak. I haven't played the remake, but need more Leon. The Warlord app is worth it. I know, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Maybe they'll put me on their creator program and I'll get a I'll get it for free or something. AK diorama, terrain mud and everything. Oh, I know that's something that I need to start thinking about is like, yeah, of course you can have these buildings like this, but you can also base the buildings and then put rubble and rocks and then like mud and everything and grass. That's the other thing, right? Which that really does change the look of everything. But it also can limit, like, then you got to think about modularity, right? Can you use this on a snowy board versus, you know, vice versa, a grass, you know, whatever. So I'm always torn. I haven't done a ton of that yet, but I think like the Warlord ruins that I got in the starter set, that would be a great thing to take 4 of those and base it and then do rubble and then make like little bricks with my foam cutter and glue that up, you know what I mean? 8th edition 40k was your favorite. 9th got really good towards the end with Arcs of Omens. Not a fan of 10th though, 11th will probably be the same. We got started with 11th. I was watching 9th edition content with like Play on Tabletop. Didn't understand enough because we hadn't played it yet. But I was like Warhammer curious, right? But so I can't speak on other editions and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I love the lore of Warhammer, like the world building, but I'm loving the game less and less after playing other tabletop games. Especially, I don't like games where there's a ginormous amount of miniatures you need. This is virtually almost like, this is like half the army right here. It's like 2 units of Totem Corps, like a Nachtjäger squad, platoon commanders, and like little Peacock. I just need a couple tanks and a couple more units, and it's like my army lists are generally anywhere from 9 to like 12 units. And they're generally like 5-man or like 3-man units or like a singular tank. And I got a bad back. So like 5-hour Warhammer session, moving all, and I play Space Marines too. If I play Guard or like Orcs, when we play Orcs, dude, it's like I need to, Rev needs to roll me out on a stretcher by the time we're done, you know? So one of the things that I love and I praise the most, because I'm getting old, I'm 35, but I'm sure there's some folks that are older than me that watch our videos, is, man, I love the least amount of time I need to like hurt my bend over and move all the minis around is better for me. So it's one of the things I love about Conflict. Give me like 4 mechs or 4 walkers and like a couple infantry platoons and a hero, and there you go. That's perfect for me. Now you can play large armies. It's totally up to how you want to play. And there's nothing saying what I already have in the works. I plan on doing like what tabletop Play on Tabletop has done with their like Armageddon and their Apocalypse videos, where they have like 6,000 point, 5,000 points versus 5,000 points. Dude, I want to do a game where it's like the Americans and the Brits, and it's like 2,500 points each versus the Axis, and we have like a giant Axis army with like 5,000 points of Axis, or like you know what I mean, like 3,000 points, and there's just like the whole board is filled. It's going to take like 2-3 days to film it, but that'll make for a really cool video and a cool game too. You know what I mean? You can have like multiple games, like interweaving and stuff if you have a giant board, or I don't know how we do it, but we'll do it one way or another. It'll be cool. I'm excited for it. I love the lore, but they're working hard to ruin it. Yeah, they definitely, people love ruining everything nowadays, but I don't keep up with it. I used to keep up with all the Warhammer stuff, but nowadays I'm thinking about Helga Wunderpump and little Peacock. Oh, look at boo, boo, boo. Oh god. I think there's Tiki named her Helga Wunderpump, which is just perfect. It's so good. I was like, the whole idea is I got her and this dude. I was like, oh hell yeah, they look sick. And I was like, dude, that's little Peacock's side piece, bro. That's his girlfriend. There you go. They're like, oh god. All right, I'm gonna grab a White Claw. All right. So we got the zombies pretty much done. Let's just take a look real quick. I think I'm gonna paint the teeth white. I'm gonna go back over, but I just wanted their eyes to be like glowing red. They got some like bullet holes, bullet marks. Simple, nothing crazy. What's really going to set them apart is gluing feathers on them, as usual. My genius knows no bounds. I will show you though. Check this dude out. He came out pretty good. I might need to dry brush his fur. He's got his little iron cross. He's got like some sort of shock collar on there. She says the word. She says La Cucaracha, and then that's his trigger word, where he just like assassinates some sort of rogue official that they're trying to put down. So the idea is Little Peacock is fighting against... He's leading a rebellion, a military coup with the occult version of the Axis army, and they're going to be fighting against the local authorities in Dresden. And that's Rev's army, which probably also has occult stuff, but whatever. They're all pink. I don't know what he's going to name them. Maybe they're the pink Panthers or something, but I'm excited. They look pretty cool. Konflikt mechs reminds me of the Maschenkrieger mechs. What's that from? I'm trying to remember. That sounds familiar though. Yeah, we were actually looking at some different games too, like Dust. There's some really cool World War II mechs that have been done in the past and different stuff. Okay, I don't know why I'm covering that, because the wet palette's already dry. But all right, let's see. We got that done. I'm just gonna grab a drink real quick. Just give me one moment here, and I think we start painting buildings is what we're gonna do. I still have to do the basing. That's kind of less exciting. Putting some brown paint and then snow effects and excuse me, the grass tufts. So I think maybe either we glue some feathers or we paint some buildings. Kind of priority number one is I got to paint the buildings. Maybe we do that, but we'll take a quick little break here. I've got another of those werewolves you can take. Oh, which you got? Why did you buy this model kit or something? You have one of these? Oh, hell yeah, baby. Yours is growing yellow. Okay, hell yeah, very nice. I like it. I like it. All right, well, we're gonna just take a quick break, chat. I'm just gonna go run and grab a White Claw and use the restroom real quick, and we'll let the what do you call it? We'll let the Resident Evil music play. It's sort of like Gunpla, but they're big post-apocalyptic models. Okay, maybe we'll take a look when I get back. It sounds familiar for some reason. All right, chat. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we're back. Hey, Atlantis. How's it going? Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. I believe that's it. You guys want... Look, for all the folks that were nice enough to stop by on a Sunday, you guys want a special little treat? A little sneak peek at the intro that I've been working on for the upcoming battle report. Yeah, I want a review from you guys on how I did with the Foley, the sound effects and all that. Alright. Rap battle? No. I don't know how I'm going to introduce Little Peacock to the world. I think that might be at the end of the video. It's like I might put the music video or something, or it might need to be a separate video altogether, because I don't know how people will react to it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a separate video altogether or something. I don't think it's going to be part of this, but we'll see. Maybe it'll come out before this. I don't know. Like a short, like couple minute long video or something. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it though. But by the way, this is what it looks like to edit. We got all the sound effects here for the gunshots and all that. And these are all the turns, and it doesn't look like a lot, but this is cut down from like an hour and 10 minutes worth of footage to like, it's probably going to be like 40 or 30 something minutes long. You can see it's a lot. But that being said, let's check out the intro. Let's see how we did. Let me make sure the audio level is not completely fucked. Hopefully it's not too loud. Maybe a 90s Power Ranger intro where Rita is Peacock. All right, well, I'll have to rewatch the Power Rangers intro because I don't remember what you're talking about, but sure. I was thinking maybe like a voiceover, like, in a different, far in the future, there was a, something like do like a voiceover, like I'm a narrator, and then just not like show the entire music video, but talk about it or something. I don't know, maybe show it. I also asked my buddy if he had the music video, or if he had the music without the vocals, so I could use it for the video, but it's on an old laptop of his from his mixing stuff. Anyways, let's check this out. Hopefully it's not too loud. No voiceover yet. There's going to be voiceovers. This is in my backyard, by the way. What are you doing, damn it? Stop them! Something like that. Little emu noises. The Americans are coming! It was like 20 degrees when I filmed this, by the way. Move it, damn it! We gotta take the hill! Then this guy, he fell over, so he's like, huh! Jerry, no! Hang on, Jerry! No! See, I just did that right live with my sound effects. You like that? With my mixer. Round of applause. Emu, sniper shot. Oh, he got me, Sarge. Keep moving, damn it. Now, this is my favorite part. Watch this. They're going to the underground lair. They're sliding down. Like, they do like a run and slide. Like, down it. Roberta Wells. We must get down to the bunker. I don't know what I've done. She's like, we gotta get inside there and figure out the secrets. Something like that. We'll figure it out. I gotta smoke a lot of weed first, and then I'll get all the voiceover. Alpine. Assault, 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 assault. Round of applause. Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Alpine Assault. Jesus Christ, Jerry, turn it down. Resident Evil music went hard. Anyways, that's what I came up with. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Round of applause again. That's right. Oh shit, let me make sure I got that filter off. Oh, the filter is off. Okay, good. Little Peacock bows. He hasn't even been seen yet, but his power is unknown. Alright, what the hell were we doing again? Let's paint some buildings, I guess, shall we? Now, I don't know what we're gonna do to not make them look like crap. I've airbrushed them kind of zenithal highlight style. Just move all these suckers over. Brains. Yeah, I actually, so it snowed about 27 inches where I live here on Long Island. And I shoveled a giant ice wall, and I wanted to film on that. It was like literally like an 8-foot tall ice wall that I carved like a path up, and it was going to be the Americans were fighting their way up the path, and I was going to film the entire battle report outside. And then I realized how much of a pain in the ass that would be with the white balance. And also due to the fact that it was dripping water the entire time from the tree above me. So that would not have worked. So, I just went in my backyard and my table was covered in snow. So I just made like a little bunker entrance. It's going down to the mountain where there's a giant rocket launching facility from the former Wehrmacht and SS. That's why we play Konflikt, by the way. That's why we play Konflikt. Yeah, let the weather dictate it. That's what I mean. I was like, this is going to be so hard to film. Let's... the weather's going to tell me where to film. You know what I mean? Okay. Now the question is, what the hell do we do with these things? I kind of like zenithal highlighted them with gray. They're painted black. They have exposed brick. And there's floors. What color are we painting them? Should we look up? Well, there's not... Is there color photos? Even from World War II? Other than AI crap or something? Should we look up, like, paintings of, like, what Germany looked like in 1930s or something, or 40s? What sort of coloration... The other thing is I really only have speed paints. Other than some basic paints. Like more grays and stuff, so we can mix like a gray and a brown, I guess, or something. But I don't know what sort of... I was thinking maybe like a beige, but I don't really have a beige paint. So maybe we could speed paint the exposed or the kind of like plastery areas with a color, and then we can go with the brick color. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the best thing we should do? Let's look up some photos of some World War II terrain to get some inspiration, I guess, or maybe Warlord. Let's see what they doing. Oh, the Totencore. I gotta say, the Kushikuna miniatures one looked nice. But, oh, dude, they got freaking shock trooper ones. With the Mark 1 power, or the advanced body armor. That looks sick. And this guy's got a blowtorch. They got some cool shit, dude. I haven't used AK paints, by the way. Oh yeah, I guess all the new Italian stuff is out for bolt action, by the way. Oh my god! Well, well, well. Look who it is, Rev. Brand new miniature, by the way. Soldier of Fortune. Well, well, well. Yeah. SAS Monkey Man. Let's go. I'd be disappointed if you don't get it. There was a reason why I forgot to tell them to get or add the Rift Ice. Because they were releasing a new monkey model. It's like they knew George is so popular, they had to come out with a new one. Yeah, see, they kind of do their buildings like that. Let me see something. Throws monkey at screen. Damn it! Get some inspiration. See, this looks like I should just airbrush it, huh? This looks like inks. Like, this is definitely, I'd probably just be way easier. I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe the building stuff is just, I should just airbrush it. Because I could hit it with some undertones, and then I could kind of paint it like this kind of like pinkish brown color. That kind of looks nice. Painting all of this by hand is going to be a pain in the ass. And I don't think the speed paints are going to look good. Yeah, I'm just going to airbrush these. It'll be so much quicker. So I'm thinking like this. Maybe like a dark, like reddish color. But I'll just take like black maybe and like the fleshy red tone I have and mix it. And kind of go for something like this. I do like this. This looks nice. This sort of coloration. Yeah. Alright, that's what we'll do. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if we try and paint all these by hand, it's just going to take forever. So we can do some fun stuff instead. You know what? Maybe we paint Little Peacock. So I can get the other version done. What else do I got to do? Oh, we got to glue some feathers. I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want me to paint Little Peacock, the ski mask version? So I have both versions for that battle report, or do you want to watch me potentially ruin the Totem Core with feathers? Nah, we're not going to ruin them. We got to figure it out. We can either paint Little Peacock or we can glue feathers on these guys. It's up to you guys. What do you want to see? Put it in the chat. It's up to you. The world's your oyster. We got Little Peacock. Ski mask version, by the way. Oh, yeah, we're going to have some Little Peacock propaganda posters. Look, speak of which. Now, we ran out of ink. But, way ahead of you, bud. So these are free from some website that makes terrain. I actually printed propaganda posters. So there's like Russian, there's Italian, which, Rev, I'll give you some of these. Even though the color faded out on them, you might be able to use some of these for some of the Soviet stuff. But I'm going to, once we get ink in the printer, you can see they're supposed to be like this. These are the German ones right here. Now, unfortunately, some of them have some symbols that I don't like, so I might not use those. Because these are like World War II ones, like real propaganda posters, I believe. But, yeah. So, I'm definitely going to be putting, like, gluing these on to some of the buildings once I get some printer color. Maybe we can make a custom Little Peacock one, because all you need to do is on, like Photoshop. I don't use Photoshop. I use Katara or something, or Krita or something it's called. You can, we could take Little Peacock and Photoshop his face on one of these guys. And there we go. And then I'll scale it down to the appropriate size and print them and put it all over. And it's like, join the resistance, or join the revolution, or something, you know? I don't know, whatever it is. I don't want it to sound too Soviet, but we'll have to think about it. That's in the future. We just got to get the buildings painted one color, and then I'll be happy. And then put like a wash. All right. You want to see Peacock? All right, let's paint up Little Peacock. He looks sick, by the way, with the Adidas tracksuit and everything. The feathers will be a fun thing for me to do off stream, because I can like just watch something on YouTube So this is what we're doing here. Sorry, got excited. Great minds think alike. Hell yeah. Also put some transfer sheets on them, like the Adidas logo, but that's the green. That's the New Republic logo for the Axis. Let's see, can we zoom in a little better? There we go. So I'm gonna paint the whole thing black. Then I got to paint the body armor tan, which this is like Escape from Tarkov's Killa. If you don't know, this is Killa's armor. Then we got to paint the straps, all that. I have to paint white on the Adidas logos, and then I hit it with red paint and then bright red speed paint as well, just to kind of make it pop a little bit on top. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the AK-12 or the RPK he's got, which he really has a Luger pistol, the assault with +1 pen pistol. And this is what we're painting now. With the ski mask. Which I actually have the emote on Twitch. So I have to put the emote on YouTube for you guys. But I have a little peacock emote with the ski mask and everything. So I'll make sure to get that going for you guys. Maybe I'll try and have that out before the battle report. But I don't think I have it saved. So I'm going to have to see. I'll figure it out. I can always screenshot something with him or something. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Alright, we need black paint. First thing, it's primered black. So what do you do when you primer something black? You have to paint it matte black. Even though it is a matte black primer. Because I cannot stand leaving like the miniature just painted primer. It drives me crazy. So we're going to go with the matte black. We're just going to quickly coat the whole shebang-a-bang. The ski mask or the balaclava is black as well. I don't know if we'll get them done, but we'll get a majority chunk of them done. I would like to get, after the stream tonight, I'm going to get back to editing. I need to, well, no, first things first, I need to go airbrush the buildings, number one. Then what I'm going to do is I need to finish, I think it's I'm on turn 6. I accidentally went to turn 7 without rolling, but who cares? I was playing alone. It's a narrative thing. So the game actually ended up going to turn 7, which I love. And it was down to like the last couple models, which is sick. So it's a very close game without spoiling anything. It's a really good game, so. What do you call it? I want to finish cutting that all up. And then I can... Probably tomorrow I'll do all the voiceover stuff, which is going to take me like the entire day probably. Do the narration, do all the voices, and then do the final editing with everything. Also got to do some little stuff like I have to edit the overlay for or I take the screenshots of all the army units and then put the army units in the top left so you can see what each army, each unit is when it pops up. So where does this armor... Let me take a look at him here. I forgot the armor comes around... Oh yeah, it comes up that way. Like so. I've been getting the itch though, man, to freaking play some Resident Evil 2. I played 4 not long ago and beat it on Steam. The original version. The port, that is. But I have 2 remake. I'm like, maybe I should play it. I'm getting the itch. I've been playing Dino Crisis. I just got, or Dino Crisis 2 on my Ambernet handheld. And I just got back to the ship where you, like, take that one girl that tried to assassinate the girl that you play as. And I was, like, fighting, like, freaking Allosauruses. I'm like, oh my god, run! With the tank controls. Oh my god, it's so hard. Modern gaming has spoiled us with control with controls. I'm like trying to run and I'm turning left and right and I'm getting like picked up by the T-Rex or the Allosaurus. I'm like, no! And I'm getting like attacked by freaking, what do you call it? Pterodactyls and stuff. I'm like, oh my god! Somebody help me! Oh, we got some Streets of Rage. I'm down. Let's mix it up. Well, it was... Yeah, let's do it. Start from the beginning, though. But I gotta get Dino Crisis 1 on there. Play that next. Because that was the one I remember playing as a kid and was terrified after renting it from Blockbuster. Whoa, dinosaurs. Good game, though. It's got some good depth. Dino Crisis 2 is fun. With the scoring system and all that, too. Alright. Looking pretty good. Rip. Mm-hmm. Okay. Pretty simple. We just paint all the areas black that we need to for his tracksuit. And we should also paint the gun. I was also playing X-Men Clone Wars or X-Men on Sega. Oh, dude, what a fun game that was. Pissing me off though. I was trying to get through this jungle part. I couldn't figure it out at first. Like, what the hell's going on? These dudes throwing spears at me. I'm like, oh, god damn it. I was playing as Wolverine and stuff. I'm like, oh man. I've been retro gaming hard recently. I usually wait till like at 12 o'clock at night, you know, before I go to bed. I'll play a little bit or something because I've been so busy. I can't really game during the day or whatever. Okay. That's pretty good. We can let that dry. We can paint the armor at the moment. And this is a German tan armor that I'm using, or beige, I believe, right? This beige here. Yeah, I'm excited. New battle report should be good. The one we're filming tomorrow should be fun. We got a lot of cool videos planned. I am also, I got to get some work. We're probably going to start working on Turnip 28 here soon. Because I'm very excited for Turnip. I might do a game where like I film it solo a little or something at the start, or just to try and learn everything. Alright. I'm going to paint the armor now. Worry about the straps after. Little Peacock. He's the man. Don't get it wrong. Little Peacock is evil. Do not trust him. Cannot be trusted. Prosecuted for emu egg smuggling. He's a felon. But he's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna, like, introduce them, use the music video. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I think it'll be a separate video. And do it like cinematic, like, long ago, or in the future. There was a fierce battle. You know? Something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. People have been asking me to put that video on YouTube for so long too, so there you go. It'll finally be on YouTube. Folks from my Fly Tying Twitch channel, they've been asking for that forever. Say, go subscribe to Mike Rolls Dice. You can go watch it there. Hopefully it doesn't crush my analytics. Alright. Take a couple of coats of this stuff over the black primer for sure. I'll just this is actually part of the Alton helmet that's on the Killa model, but I cut it and sliced it to make it look like it's one of those Russian body armors where like the neck guard sticks up super hard or super high, you know what I mean? For some like shrapnel protection. So I'm kind of going for that look with it. Go ahead and paint all this up, yada yada yada. Get it looking somewhat decent. I was going to use the Panther X with the Shining Cannon, but I only have 8 Rift Dice in total between both my armies, so I actually cut it down to a Panther X with the Super Heavy Cannon, which was minus 35 points. And it brought me to the exact amount of Rift Dice I need. Because I think what I'm always going to do whenever I activate Little Peacock the first time, immediately Rift Mastery to Surge, and then he has hard to kill for the entire game, and just never. if I need to, I can use his Snap 2 ability, for instance, which I actually did in the video. But you can choose to you can choose the amount of units that you do it with, so you don't have to use the Surge. You could just do it once with your 1 active die, for instance, you know, which is nice. I believe I did it right, though. We'll see. I'm sure the comments will tell me otherwise, as usual. Okay, we're cooking though. He's getting there. Just a little layering, building up, traditional, good old painting. What's everyone working on? You folks working on some stuff? I know Chris and Rev are playing some Warhammer right now. What's everyone up to? You lurking? We painting ourselves? All right. I'll let that dry. We'll have to do the black straps. Now we can move on to the white Adidas stripes. And hopefully not screw it up too bad. I'll actually break out a small brush for this, or a smaller brush. And I'll use my not white, but pretty much white Brigade Gray. I've just been using it as white. Definitely not white though. Looks pretty close to it. Now we can paint the stripes. Now the question is, when it's all said and done, do I have Little Peacock's eyes growing red? Which I think probably yes. Right? Because like, why not have his eyes glowing red? Alright, this would be a lot easier if I could shove the miniature up in my face, but... kind of hard to see. There's 3 Adidas stripes. Or it's obviously it's the 3 stripes. I could always go back, I guess, and like fill in the depressions with some black paint or something. Because I'm like butchering this right now. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush. It's just hard for me to see right now. I usually shove the mini like right in my face. Lurking and unwinding, nice. Yeah, if you are lurking, you ain't gotta say nothing. No worries. Appreciate everybody hanging out, watching. I'm a lurker myself usually. I don't usually chat too much during streams. It's like raised, but it's not like perfectly raised to where I can just run my brush along the center, you know? Could also have been my resin printer settings that caused that. Alright. This ain't working that good. You try this one. Go at an angle or something. Let me just zoom out all the way, and I'll shove it in my face. I just can't see it. Here we go. Now I can actually see. Getting old. There we go. It's better. Ah! I have to touch that up. That's fine. We can always touch it up with the black. Yeah, I had to switch to the smaller brush for sure. I think I forgot what I did, but maybe I like got some black paint in between. Let's see if we can do this side over. This side came out terrible. Could also just be the 3D print on this side didn't come out as good, but I'm not gonna blame the print. I think it was me. I just did a sloppy job. Okay, we'll let that dry. We can come back. Let's do the arms. Oh, let me touch up where I screwed up before I forget. To come back to that, my brush was a little wet. All right. Music is a little intense for the delicate painting. I almost wish I stuck to the Resident Evil music for this paint or for this section. Hopefully it's in focus. Because I'm focused on not screwing it up. Yeah, we're good. And the brush dry already. Gotta get all the excess paint off because it's very easy to screw this up. I could theoretically just hit it with the red paint, but I'm hitting it with the white, so the red pops a lot more, you know what I mean? And I already painted the one miniature one way, so I want them to look like identical just without the helmet. So I'm just doing it the exact same way I did it anyway. There you go. Not too bad. Hey, Dispit bots, or I'm gonna call you bots. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to call you? Because I always struggle trying to read your name. Despite bots, Despot. What do you want me to call you? You tell me. You want me to call you King George? Bots? Does bots work? Because apparently I'm like semi-dyslexic when it comes to reading certain usernames. Confirmed. Ah, Decepticons. Deceptibots. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed. I just needed a brief explanation in the form of Transformers. Deceptibots. Okay. I could call you bots for short. Okay, I cannot see the goddamn... Ugh. I can barely see the line on this 3D print right here. Could be due to my layer settings and stuff. It didn't print like super defined. A little sloppy. A little sloppy. I can always touch it up on the inside, I guess. Let it dry for now. I don't want to screw it up. Decepticons. Deceptibot. Of course. Now we need to do the Adidas thing on his balaclava, right? Or maybe not, I don't know. Might do a transfer sheet. Okay, let's not screw it up this time. Gonna have to watch Mordian's new video after the stream. I'm curious how his tournament experience went. Thumbnail looks cool. I see some walkers with the black and red paint, and I'm like, ah, there's one thing I wouldn't mind in the future going to some sort of conflict event just to see how other people paint their armies and stuff. Because I've gone pretty tame. I think we're gonna see Rev with his army tomorrow. He's going much more vibrant and wild, which I haven't explored as much as doing the, I guess kind of like we're doing it now with the peacocks and all that, but, or the emus, colors and everything, but you could definitely do armies in like vibrant, bright colors. So I'm curious what other people's armies look like. I'm sure he's going to showcase some different armies he saw. Alright, that's good enough. I can touch it up. Kind of a little bit of a botch job. Botch toe. Let this dry. We can paint the black straps. It's way too much paint on there, whatever. I'm painting it black because Killa had that black chest rig. I forgot the name of it. It's like the commando style chest rig. So it kind of fits, I think, the black. Little Peacock is mostly got like the black and red aesthetic going on. So I was going to go with like a green chest rig or a camo, Fallschirmjäger camo chest rig with the Fallschirmjäger camo pattern. But I was like, you know what? We'll just keep it nice and classy, simple. A little bit of slippage, but it's fine. Just touch up all this. Okay. Nice and simple. I can smell the cheap vodka and the cheap smokes. Yo, Tiki, what's up, dude? What inspiration do you use for your armies? Is it random ideas or do you do research? Just random ideas. It's mostly Rift Kush is what we call it. I think, though, mostly right now we're smoking sativas, but... it is a good video. My stall trooping have a red camo color. Ooh, very nice. I like the red camo. But what's going on, Tiki? How's it going, dude? Terrain in the background looks awesome. Yeah, we're going to be using this tomorrow. I was going to paint it today, but I'm just going to airbrush it. It's going to be way easier. But how you doing, dude? But yeah, old gamer dad. I don't really... Like, what do you mean inspiration for the armies? No, I don't know. Like, for this chat was like, oh, Little Peacock's in Konflikt now. I think it was Rev and like Squidcurd or Sean or something. So we're like, okay, cool. We like ran with this idea and now we ended up here. For the green hand, I got the starter set. So I had the US and the Axis. Those are what appealed to me the most. Those are the armies that I had in bolt action too. And I mean, my US is pretty plain. It's pretty bog standard, but the green hand thing just accidentally came to be because I started calling the green vault green hand in the first couple videos that we did, and we just ran with it essentially. So that's all. So can I like run this on the inside and follow the ridge? Oh, I'm just trying to see if I can clean up the Adidas tracksuit part to anywhere that needs it. He definitely can't be trusted. He told me Tiki the Hut wasn't real. He was just AI. Turns out he was wrong. How'd your stream go yesterday? I haven't checked it out yet. What time are you streaming, by the way, dude? Are you streaming like super late? Is that what you're doing? Tiki After Dark? I have to see if I can tune in one of these days during the weekend. God, I kind of... This side, I think it must have been the way the model was printed or something, because this side, it just didn't come out as good. It didn't come out as clean for the bumps and the details. Too late tonight with Tiki? Wait, are you streaming tonight too? You are, right? Or is that just the name of it? I'll try and see if I can stop by on the next one. I'll have to keep an eye out. It doesn't help that YouTube doesn't really recommend streams or doesn't like let you know when somebody goes live half the time. Happens all the time to people I watch. I'll keep an eye out. Let me see. Do I need to touch this up again now with the white? God, this side's kind of a disaster. How did I do it on the other side? On this one? Or is it also messy? No, this one came out better, I think. That's all right. Looks all right. This is what happens when I do certain fly time, where I'm like trying to trim the material perfectly. I'm like getting anal about it, but it's fine. Do want to brighten this middle center stripe up slightly. Okay. Saturday and Sunday, 1 a.m. through 3 a.m. Okay, gotcha. I might be up on those times. We'll see. That is pretty freaking late, though. We'll see. No matter what, I can always... watch the VODs. Okay, good. I thought I dropped them in paint. Holy crap. Imagine when I dropped them in a bunch of... Worked on my Tiki Mini a bit, and then we went over the new Bolt Action IGA, IGN Infantry Platoon box. Bit by bit, sprue by sprue. Very nice. Yeah, I saw the new stuff they had on there. Or came out not too long ago, right? Some white for his face and neck and all that, I guess, and his mouth. It's gonna be tricky. We're gonna have to like put Crusader skin or skin tone and then paint the eyes and then re-clean up the balaclava probably. Yeah, I mean, it's not a very complicated paint job on this guy. Overall. Not the right red paint you should be using either. I do not like fearing anyone else's stream hours. I try to aim for Toonami Monday, midnight run style feel, super late night. Gotcha. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I was like, Morty streams like during the week, and I know a lot of people that watch me also watch him, so I was like, I can get a lot of stuff during the week, and if I want to do some hobby streaming, I'll do it during the weekend or something. But feel free to stream whenever you want, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, though. It makes sense. But I just started, so I'm not like... not like this is my time space, you know what I mean? Feel free to stream whenever, brother, during the weekend. Let me zoom in a little here. Toonami. Good old days. Come on, baby. Don't fight me now. Just get in the hole. Like freaking Billy. What is it? Was it? No. What the hell is the name of the golf movie with Adam Sandler? Oh, Happy Gilmore. Just paint, please. Sit on the ridge of his Adidas thing. Just do what you're supposed to do. Don't fight me. You work nights most of your life? Gotcha. You like doing the super late ones? Yeah, it is nice for the different time zones, for sure. You can get the bruvs in the UK or the in the morning, or the Aussies. I used to get a lot of Aussies that watched my fishing streams at certain times, because it would be like when the Aussies were waking up. And there's somebody who streams, an American dude that streams in Australia. His name's The Real Shook One. He does a lot of like fishing related stream stuff, so some a lot of, seems like a lot of Aussies that were watching the fishing stuff on Twitch at the time, or even still. They do like fishing over there, just like us here. Yeah, I think on this particular mini on this side, the print just did not come out good, because this was in a different print than the other one. You can tell like this side isn't as defined. Maybe I didn't level it like perfectly, you know what I mean? Because it's all, I have to do it by hand. I don't have like the fancy ones that they have now. The self-leveling and all that jazz. There's definitely room for human error on my end. Alright, I'm gonna have to touch it up with the black in between. It's okay though. We'll do that and then we can do the speed paint thing after. I think my dad's making some tacos downstairs too. I'm gonna have to get back to editing here tonight. I gotta finish those buildings though, so I'll do that off stream. And then back to editing. I also have to get a new video for my main channel, LI Flies Mike, so I gotta figure out what sort of fly I'm gonna be filming. Those I film in 4K. Which, God, man, the camera quality difference is so big. Got any big plans for when this channel hits 1K? Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some cool video. Like a giant battle report. That could be... well, you just gave me an idea. There you go. Perfect. I hadn't thought of anything, really. But, I don't know. I'm hoping it's within the month we'll get to 1,000 subs. I think we're getting close. Just need a couple good videos. We'll get there. I'm trying to get like 10, 12 subs per battle report, but some of the videos we got like 40, 50, 60 subs. So a lot of new viewers or new eyes on it. Finland time zone works well. Tiki in the morning, Mike rolls dice at night. There you go. Yeah, right now it's great because Rev is like off. We can film whenever. Now he will be working at some point, and more than likely we're gonna have to film on the weekends. But I guess we could always film during the day. I mean during the week. But so I'm gonna have to think about that because whenever I film a battle report, it's like my back is shot. So I'm like after that I'm done for the day. So I need to figure out what we're gonna do, but because we're still gonna have to film a freaking game a week almost, you know. So maybe I'll stream early one day or something. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Or maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You might do one stream during the weekend and one during the week or something once that happens. I haven't determined what I want to do. Right now he's off for the winter, so we can film during the week and everything, but at some point he's going to be working again during the week. Get this painted up here. God, I tell you what, it feels so good when I get a battle report done. It's like a weight off my shoulders. It's like, okay, there's the video for the week. It's done. I just spent the last 3 days working on this damn thing, but it's finally over. And then we immediately film another one, and I'm like, okay, get back to editing. It just like never ends. I enjoy it though. I do enjoy it a lot, so it makes it easier. God, this is like falling apart here on this right side, or that one side. Let's see if we can touch it up with the black in between. I'm gonna have to like do this off stream where I can like shove this thing in my face and like Oh, I gotta do a black strap there as well. Yeah, there was somebody too. I mean, somebody just commented on one of the last battle report. They're like, Mike, you inspired me. I'm gonna start making Konflikt battle reports, and that's what I love hearing that, dude. Like, I'm excited. I'm telling you, dude. I hope Konflikt just keeps growing and growing, and it gets to the point to where potentially a real competitor to Warhammer 40K one day, just to give GW a freaking heart attack, you know what I mean? A little run for their money. I mean, I just want Konflikt to do good, you know? It'd be nice if, it seems like they're doing it. It seems like, you know, community's growing this, that. Hopefully 5-10 years from now, it's going to be like, you know, nice and healthy. So we're going to do our part. We're going to just play the game, have fun, and make cool videos and try and teach people about Konflikt. So okay. Yada, yada, yada. I'm over here yapping. Screwing up my paint job. Nah, it's not too bad. I'm gonna, off stream, I'm gonna shove this thing like this in my face. That way I can clean up the edges in between. I'm not gonna worry about it right now, though. It's just gonna be too tricky. I need to, like, break out, like, a magnifying monocle and put it on my eye like an old British scientist or something, you know what I mean? Examining a fossil. Something like that. Tsunami, that takes you back, man. Yeah, that's classic stuff right there. I was like watching, I remember, like coming home and like from like basketball practice and then like watching like Dragon Ball Z, you know, when it was like they were coming out with the new episodes. It was like when it first released in the US or whatever. And then like staying up and watching all sorts of stuff. Good times, good times. But I remember specifically, I think it was Rev's dad was the basketball coach, more than likely too. And we left basketball practice and I came back and I used to watch Dragon Ball Z. That was what I would do. Yep. Good old days when Goku was fighting in like that championship or something. I think it's like the first season or something. Alright, put some skin tone in the balaclava. I gotta let that dry. Then I can like paint his eyes and like maybe some lips or something. I don't know. The other thing I gotta do is I gotta paint Little Peacock. So we have to paint L-I-L-P right here to match. So let me try and do that. Where is it? It's right in that center plate. Yeah, it's good enough for government work. Then I hit it with white, hit it with red, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I'll hit it with the speed paint on the red, and then I can touch up the other stuff. Okay. We're getting there, what else did I do? So I dirty up the armor. I'm going to do that. We got to clean up. We got to do the red on that. Yep. I mean, that's pretty much it. I got to do some silvering on the guns, and that's that. Very, very simple. In fact, I'll probably use the broadsword silver here because it's kind of like darker. I'll put that on the other little peacock model too, I think. Let's actually do that real quick, see what it looks like. Okay, that works. I forgot the camera was so zoomed in. Apologies. Autofocus doesn't know what to do when that happens. Got a little silvering going on right there is all. Most of it is polymer furniture on it, but it's freaking all like MOE and crap on that RPK or Zenitco and whatever in Tarkov. Okay. There's a lot of little minute stuff I need to do and touch up and clean up stuff, but alright. Very nice, very nice. I think he's like got something with the print, like a minor failure on the balaclava, or where a support was broke off or something, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean up all this crap. This stuff really got messy on that side, but that's okay. I'll clean it up. That's pretty much it, though. I mean, I gotta do, it's a lot of minute stuff. Let me repaint a couple things here. Where the hell's, here we go. My crappy yet trusty brush. Okay. I'm gonna clean up the edges along the Adidas. I'll worry about inside later when I'm not streaming, so I don't have the pressure of screwing it up either. It'll make it a lot easier. On stream, I'm like holding my breath trying to do it. Come on. The whole world's watching. There we go. Just clean up around the edges on this guy. It's a nice thing with paint. You can always go back and fix your mistakes. Okay. Just kind of clean up these areas a little bit from any messy painting I did earlier. That. Yeah, I forgot what would Killa actually say stuff. I just remember being terrified every time he would come freaking running out of that one spot in Interchange when you come up the shopping mall stairs. And he would just be gunning you down with this light machine gun, and he'd be face tanking the Alton helmet. It'd be like ching ching, like shooting him in the head. You'd just see the Alton helmet going like doo 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 as he's just running towards you, runs right up to your face, and just unloads with a LMG. Classic Killa. He does this thing where he runs and slides like whoosh, and he runs right up to you around the corner and blasts you. I think either Blad is shit or it's fuck. I forgot which one. There's Suka, which I think is shit, and I think blat is like fuck. Yeah, I'm almost certain. I've watched enough Escape from Tarkov. I believe that's what it is. So I think it's like shit, fuck, or something. It's like suka blat. I'm pretty certain. I could be wrong, but I believe blat is like fuck or whatever. Pardon my French, but get a little rowdy around here on Sundays. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Well, look, when it comes to proper Gopnik talk, like the dudes in Adidas tracksuits who are drinking like cheap vodka and stuff outside of a shopping mall or whatever, that's like every other word. So it's very similar to the U.S. here, how teenagers or something, it's like, you know, fuck this, well, fuck that, fuck, oh yeah, well, fuck, oh, what about this, you know what I mean? It's like very similar. It's like, so, you know, there's something blat, you know what I mean? Or suka, there's something, you know, blat, like that. You'll hear it a lot. I'm pretty certain that's what it means, though. They're not of our Lord. They use the devil's tongue. Potty mouth. Filth. Wash your mouth out with soap. You're lucky I don't slap you with a glove. You don't wear the glove, you just hold the glove and slap him across the face. How dare you, good sir? Alright. How we looking? We're looking good. Let this dry. What else do I gotta do? Touch up some little things, yada yada yada. Oh, we gotta potentially glue some feathers on for some emu stuff as well. So I'll do the stripe, clean up the stripes off stream, where I can literally, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna shove it like in my eye to where I can see it and be like right under the light. You know what I mean? What I do is I'll show you guys what I can do real quick. This is what I do for the armor. So this is what it looks like when it's freshly painted with that beige. See how light it is? So what I did here is I just took a bunch of the black matte paint and just watered it down super thin and then ran it over it. So let's do that right now. I'll show you. It was just too clean, you know what I mean? It's like too clean. It's just kind of like, just make it dirty. It's a little thin. I want a little bit more black in there. Kind of like this. And any little nooks and crannies and crevices will get some like kind of watered down black paint in it, and that'll make it look a lot less like brand new clean armor, you know what I mean? This is what I like to call the poor man's wash, where you take your like little bit of black paint you got left over and you just dip your brush in it, get it super wet, and then just apply it like so. And yeah. Just to fill in any little cracks and crevices and all that, you know what I mean? Okay. Let all that dry. Let's see. What else we got to do? Maybe we glue some feathers on the Nachtjagers, bang that out, yada yada yada, and then be done. I'm not going to stream like super late today, but I do want to stream a little bit longer because we've only been going for 2 hours. So I'll go run and grab a drink real quick, and then we'll keep painting away or put some feathers on or something, chit chat, and maybe I want to go over the list before we end the stream. I want to show you the list that I got, and maybe lay out the army on the table here. We'll put it out, take a look or something, because it's not a lot of units in general. But then we could just talk about it. It's how we could... Oh, damn it. Stupid microphone cable. I gotta get a new microphone, XLR cable or something. Apologies if it got too loud there. Then we could hypothesize how I can defeat Rev and give him no chance at victory. So we can kind of go over the list and hypothesize how I can destroy him utterly as Little Peacock. So, all right. We'll take a quick little break, though. I will just real quick. Let's go back. Slap on a little bit of boop. Real quick. And let's see. We got to have the All-Stars here. Helga Wunderpump. And Little Peacock. Match made in heaven, baby. Let's go. Let's get a look at him real quick before. Look, they even have matching outfits. This is what they go out when they go out on the town to go find dissenters and slay or throw them in political prisons. This is what they go out on the town looking like. Da, 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 da. No. Classic Axis shenanigans. Oh yeah, Helga Wunderpump, baby. Shout out to Tiki. If it wasn't for Tiki, we wouldn't have named her. She's even got red lipstick and everything, dude. She's got a little walkie-talkie phone. Her Nokia to call her boyfriend. She's a strong, independent woman, though. She doesn't need Little Peacock. She wants him. All right, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They got drip. Hell yeah, baby. They got drip. Let's go. All right, we're taking a quick break, chat. I'm just going to run and grab a drink real quick. Give me 2 minutes. And we'll keep on hobbying away. And then I need to get back to editing videos as usual. What a lovely couple, right? Exactly. They're not doing the terrible stuff, but just classic, you know, you got to go strike down your foes in opposition. But they're not, like, doing the bad stuff. I just want to point that out, okay? All right, anyways, we'll be back here in just a moment, chat. Oh, I also just remembered, I believe I could put the chat on the screen, dude. Confirmed. Not that I have a good chat overlay, but in the future I might do this because Twitch was literally banning people. Technically under Twitch TOS, you're not allowed to have YouTube chat and Twitch chat on at the same time because Twitch gets butthurt about everything. But Dan Clancy, the person who runs Twitch or whatever, just came out and said, yes, you are allowed to have both YouTube and Twitch chat on at the same time. Now, I feel like I wonder if they even changed the thing. They could probably still ban you if they want, knowing Twitch. But they said it. So I might put the chats up on screen at some point. But technically, you were not allowed to have chat on stream. So you can't stand the chat overlay. That's what the chat box is for. True. I know I personally... You know, I personally have never been a fan of it on my stream. I know some people have it in, like, the top right corner, and they use, like, a third-party program for it. But, yeah. I just wanted to point that out because I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked this by accident. They do allow it now, so that is a real thing. Anyways, what overlay am I using? I'm using OBS in general for my streaming software, just regular OBS. And I use Streamlabs for all my, like, donation crap or my pop-ups that go like boom, boom. You know what I mean? Okay, we're taking a quick break, chat, and I'll be back in just a moment. Don't worry, Mall Dropper. We're probably not going to have the chat on the screen, but I just want to point that out. And we're back. Whoa, Tiki the Hut gifting a membership out to Andrew of Citium. Thank you, round of applause. Yeah, Tiki, I use Streamlabs for my like donos and all that pop-up stuff, but OBS you can just make like overlays too, you know, super simple like this. Boop. A couple of buddies have it so Twitch and YouTube chat and YouTube kick chats have new chat messages pop up, like alerts for a couple seconds and fade out. Yeah, I don't mind it for Djibouti show. They have their YouTube and Twitch chat in the top right. They use, I forgot what the name of that one program people used to use, Chatty or something, and they capture it that way, and it looks nice, and it's pretty minimal in the top right. But yeah, Tiki plays Japanese, as we know, because the bonsais. All right. I'm gonna do the eyes and all that crap later, because that's like super fine detail stuff. Let's have some fun and make a total mess while we're at it. And let me glue some feathers on these Nachtjägers, and then we'll wrap up the stream. Oh, we gotta go over the list as well, but this will take 2 seconds to do. It's kind of fun to do as well. Bonsai! So we need our tan feathers, and I'm just gonna strip the fluffy stuff. I also want to do this to the zombies. Maybe we do a test to one of the Totem Core. If I do that, though, I'm gonna have to do it with all of them. So I gotta. We're playing tomorrow, probably afternoon or something. So I gotta make sure I maximize my time today and what I can get done. I have to do the basing for these. I have to base those. Finish basing these. I gotta paint all the buildings. And yeah, so maybe I don't glue feathers on the Totem Core yet, but I'll do that before the next time I play with them or something. Maybe we'll see. I say that, maybe tonight I'll do it because it's only 5 o'clock, but I really want to get some video editing finished, just so I can get the video out ahead of time. And to think I was like, oh, should I make another YouTube channel? Hell no, it's too much already. No more YouTube channels. Oh, we got a dry brush real quick. We gotta do a little red dry brush, my bad. Real quick like. Real quick. Get some new red paint, apparently. Loved your background conflict ASMR thing you have on your channel. Went to sleep to that earlier. Wouldn't mind more content like that. Hey, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, hell yeah. Stuff like that people love. Yeah, you gotta find your niche, right? Like, I could have just done regular battle reports, but there's already Mordian, there's Tabletop Command Post, right? Barefoot Miniatures, and they do kind of like your traditional kind of like battle reports where, you know, 2 people talking and playing. So I was like, alright, well, I'm gonna do my own thing then, and I'll do like a cinematic, more highly edited and like narration sort of style of battle report. And people seem to like it, so you gotta find what works for you on YouTube and run with it. Let the people tell you what they want, you know what I mean? Oh, the little red on the head and the shoulders. Just a little red on there. It looks nice, though. You know, see what I mean? Just a little bit. Never hurt nobody. That being said, I do want to improve my battle reports in the future, but right now I'm kind of... I definitely could get better with editing in terms of like special effects stuff. I wouldn't mind adding some special effects, so you got to pay for like a lot of those things, like explosions and fire effects. Like, it's You don't really get that free on the internet. You gotta like pay for services and stuff. Some of these things are like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, damn, dude. But so that's something I could do. But I think my editing's not that bad. I think it's more limited to like equipment in terms and my filming quality. Like I gotta get a little better equipment for filming. More angles, maybe better lens, some better lighting or something. I don't know. There we go. It's good enough for government work. Now we can glue. But I wouldn't mind making... I'm trying to figure out what other sort of content I can make conflict-wise, other than my style of battle reports. I'm thinking we will do some videos of, like, units we enjoy and things we like about conflict, don't like about conflict. I'm going to do that in the future once we have more experience. I know Mordian does tons of videos of, like, different units and armies, overviews and stuff. So I kind of want to find something that's my own thing to do, but I haven't figured out what I want to do yet for that. I don't want to do, like, lore videos or something like that. There's tons of people, like, Tiki does cool stuff like that. Or not tons of people, but there's already people that do cool stuff like that. I gotta find something that I can do that I enjoy as well. It's always something. The one thing I highly recommend: do stuff that you enjoy on YouTube, so it doesn't become a burden in the future. Because it can be fun for a while, and then it gets annoying to spend all your time editing videos that you don't enjoy, the subject you don't enjoy. Alright, so we take some glue. We'll put little mohawks. I'll show you how I did the mohawks. The mohawks look sick. I really like the mohawks. Should probably have the leaders have a slightly different hair color, but I made them all the same because I didn't know if I wanted 3-man squad, 6-man squad, 2-man squad. Yeah, if you ever feel worried about gluing stuff on your miniatures, you just kind of have to go for it. You just have to experiment. I want to make sure you can see like some of their skin tone, stuff like that. And then it is best to just take it and lay it down flat and not mess with it, because otherwise the feathers aren't going to lay properly. How's my scissors? Here we go. What about battle reports following a campaign? That's already on the menu. We're definitely going to do something like that. Zeb Taylor. Yeah, no, for sure. I guess but I guess I just consider that to fall under battle reports, right? But no, for 100%, we already do like narrative style stuff or story driven stuff. So I talked to Rev. I want to do like some campaigns. One idea I have is that Japan, we already did it, where Japan invades the United States. So it'd be cool. This is going to take a lot of work though, is like printing US style buildings and then like have gas stations and bars and stuff and have like the Japanese fighting and like invading a small town somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. And then we could have it lead all the way up to like a huge battle somewhere in a city or something. So that would be sick. I already have plans to do that. I'm just going to cut some shorter feathers here and add that on top. So 100%. I would love... we're definitely going to do that. I think the way it's going to... we might do campaigns on the channel is we start out with a small force for either army. 250, 300 points, 500 points. And then we slowly build our way up to a 3,000 point game or something. You know what I mean? So, for instance, we're doing on Monday or tomorrow, we have 2-axis. Little Peacock is like trying to overthrow the government in Germany and start his own and like take power. We could do a campaign like that, for instance, you know. For sure. There's some really cool stuff we could do. We also want to do like island hopping, the Americans versus the Japanese, and have islands and like volcanoes and stuff, but again, a lot of it's limited to terrain. Unfortunately, so we're gonna get there for sure. I might need to buy, once I start earning ad revenue, we need 1,000 subs. I think we need 140 subs till I start earning ad revenue. We're very close. Once I start earning ad revenue, because I already have another YouTube channel, I know from looking at the analytics, like we'll probably make like $120 a month from like ad revenue on this channel. I could take that money and I could put that into a Bamboo A1 myself. So now we can have 2 FDM printers, because Rev's already doing a ton, but to be honest with you, we need another one, it seems like, for the amount of different stuff we want to do here on the channel. So that, or upgrade to a better resin printer, a larger resin printer that can print a lot more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the main thing that we need to do is terrain. It's the most important thing I need for those, because a lot of that sets the stage for like what the mission and what the narrative's about, right? The terrain is super important if we're trying to do like some sort of cool campaign, It helps to have like terrain to fit for different episodes we're doing. And there's, I'm really excited. Tiki, whenever you want, dude. I don't know when you're ready or whatever, but I'll start taking a look at that, like, extraction solo thing, or whatever. I wouldn't mind figuring out some sort of cool story-driven solo thing that I could do with Konflikt. So, like I said, that we could adapt it to one-page rules as well, to where we have like 1 or 2 people from our Konflikt universe that go on missions, and try and fight off waves of Totem Core or whatever. There's some cool stuff we could do, like a hero Konflikt, sort of, There's like so many different things we can do. We've just been making battle reports, but I mean, I'm excited for like, there's like so many different realms of possibility for us. It's more so just limited by time and resources, so it's like we're gonna get there eventually. But like I said, I already have like plans for gigantic battle reports where we have like 5,000 points on the table, or 6,000 points. And set up like a crazy city or something, or like a huge like outskirts clearing where there's like 2 giant armies are showing down with like 10 mechs on either side or whatever. That's what I did for my IGA versus USA battle for Tijuana at the end of OGK47. It was big at the time, 1500 versus 1500. It was a big fight and city fight. Oh, hell yeah. I used maps and satellite pics from the 50s. Oh, that's sick. Very cool. See, that's the whole thing, right? Like, and I know they're going to release more lore, but right now, like, we're kind of writing a lot of our own lore with these battle reports. Like, oh, Japan is attacking Alaska or the United States. Like, I think they've already confirmed the United States is going to have war on U.S. soil and stuff. So I'm sure they're going to release all of that, or, like, the books and all that. But, again, like a Special Forces raid-style gameplay, clearing through Rift Tech Labs could be awesome. Yeah, exactly. Take a freaking boarding actions map, with all the corridors, like a spaceship. Who's to say you can't be fighting inside like a U.S. Battleship cruiser destroyer, and you're like clearing out like Spetsnaz or something like that as like with Paragons? Hell yeah. I just don't have any of that terrain, so we need to make it, We have files for boarding actions, for instance, but I'd love to do like spaceships. Already, we're definitely, Mordian just did one recently. He's like, where it could be the moon, but we're definitely going to do one where it's like there's like a German base on the moon, and they're all like, there's like maybe there's like low gravity or something, I don't know. And the mechs are like, they could jump like whoosh. Yeah, underwater IGA labs like BioShock. Oh, I love BioShock. It's one of my favorite all-time Xbox games. So good. Exactly. It's more so like, you just need the terrain for it, right? Now, of course, you could always just play and be like, yay, we're underwater, but you want the terrain for it. Come on, we know it. If you're going to do that, you're going to, like, do all that. BioShock. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, BioShock was so ahead of its time, too. Like, the amount of customization you could do, the world building, the aesthetics. I'll never forget, there's, like, one scene in the first one, where you're like walking and there's like water dripping, like pouring through this doorway, and there's like a crazy person on the other side, some lady like screaming or something. You're like, what the Big Daddies, dude. Has anyone done a BioShock game? Because like that's like the exact sort of gameplay that kind of makes sense for like a miniature game. It's not like an extraction game or like a looter extraction, but it is kind of like a looter. It had that similar vibes to it, you know what I mean? You could probably do a cool mini game with that, where you have to like, you have a safe room and you have to go out and explore and do missions and come back or something. Miles look great, but I need some sleep. Great stream, a lot of inspiration later on. Hey, thanks, old gamer dad. Have a great night. Appreciate it. My group is in talks for a Hollow Earth campaign, adding in a kaiju and a dangerous wildlife. What about the ice wall? Flat Earth theory? You guys gonna breach the ice wall? We got Hollow Earth. Hell yeah, dude. Freaking what's the name of that Will Smith movie? Like Journey to the Center of the Earth. You can have the those like Rupu monkey dudes or whatever they are. What's cool is it would limit your weapons. You don't want to use Panzerfaust, yes. And almost you got to think about it. I guess you could say that the glass is so thick that you could shoot bullets. But yeah, maybe no like heavy machine guns, or I guess you could, but like no explosives. You can't obviously have tanks and stuff because you're like indoors and whatnot. But yeah, no Panzerfausts. Yep, that makes sense. I've heard people talk about like you can't shoot Panzerfausts out of buildings or something, but I've literally watched so much footage of people shooting RPGs out of buildings in Ukraine and stuff. Like, you know, so like, or people shooting ATRDs in like Iraq out of like freaking second-story windows. You know what I mean? So that I think you can shoot anti-tank launchers out of buildings. But I've had some people talk about they home rule it, but I'm okay with that. It's just you just don't want anyone in the backblast, and your hearing's probably gonna be ruined for a long time. But you can do it. Like, if you got a freaking what do you call it? If you got one of those BTRs or whatever rolling down the street, and you're on a second story somewhere in a window, you got a RPG or ATRD, you fire that sucker. In an enclosed room, it'll cook you, but if there are windows in it, it'll ring your bell. Yeah, and you got to realize most of the time these places are just absolutely, utterly destroyed. There's no doors, there's no windows. Half of the thing, like the rooms are caved in. So there's places for the backblast and the pressure to go. But, I mean, it's not going to be fun, but you got to do what you got to do, right? When you're getting assaulted or something. You just yell backblast before you shoot the damn thing and make sure your buddy's not standing there. I've seen a lot of footage of people getting like freaking cooked by the backblast, probably getting somewhat hurt or like concussed severely from it, because you can't obviously pay attention to what's going on 24/7 in the middle of a firefight. So I've seen people get like straight up severely concuss their buddies from it. It's pretty crazy. All right, that's a little long. We're gonna redo that. A little bit shorter. That guy had like an extreme mohawk. He was like a freaking punk star or something. Wow, wow. Yeah, I always wonder what it was like to fire Panzerfaust, because they're so freaking small, but it didn't look like, I think they have footage of it. I don't think it was that crazy. Like the like holding on to the damn thing, you know, because it was such a tiny little launcher compared to like the bazookas and stuff. But I think it also had a smaller payload, right? Smaller warhead or whatever on it, on the rocket. Then again, it had those giant round. Maybe it did have a ton of explosives on it, for all I know. It's good old German engineering. Maybe it's just easy to fire. Fire that thing and chuck it over. Grab your STG. So simple a child can use it, and did, yeah. I mean, it looked like it was easy to use, for sure. Using a bazooka looked like you definitely required a little bit more training than one of the Panzerfausts. There's a great channel, I think it's called Battle Guides on YouTube. It's like a historian, and he was... See, the thing is, a lot of World War I trench footage is, like, staged. And you could tell, like, because it would be, like, a British film of, like, the Brits, you know, defending a trench from the German, you know, whatever. And then you could see the artillery shells, and he was mentioning how, like, German artillery would have this white smoke or gray smoke, and the British stuff would have black. So you could see, like, they were essentially mock firing shells on their own troops. Just to, like, for footage, you know what I mean? They were firing shells or whatever. But he was going over, like, real combat footage from World War I. Some of the only, like, they think confirmed, like, it was from a German bunker, actually, at the time. And it was, like, an American sergeant or somebody who was over there after the war asked for some archival footage from the German archives. But, dude, it was crazy, man. It was very interesting watching... like proper legit these guys storming the trenches and whatnot compared to all the stage stuff they used to do, because obviously you can, I mean, we've come a long way in terms of videography. You can only see so much in footage like that, but you can't even see the trenches most of the time. You'll just see the outline of chalk or something, for instance, depending on where it was fought. But I love stuff like that. I've been watching stuff like that for years. Headed back to work. Have a great stream. Hey, Tiki, thanks a lot, man. I hope you have a great night, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for the gift members, too. Way too kind. Did not have to do that. Appreciate it, my friend. And don't forget, folks, check out Too Late for Tiki on Toonami tonight. All right? On Sundays and Saturdays or whatever. What channel is that? I think it's called Battle Guide, Green Vault Gabriel. Let me see. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, or can I go to my YouTube pretty easily? Okay, here. Give me a sec. Let me look at my sub. This is my other YouTube account, my main YouTube account, LI Flies Mike. I watch most of my YouTube under. Give me a sec. I'm looking real quick. Yeah, it's Battle Guide. It's called Battle Guide. Very, very good. And it's not like, I don't know. There's so much AI crap on YouTube nowadays, too, in terms of, like, history and stuff. There's so much AI-generated crap and AI channels. But, so you gotta, like, cherish the good ones. And this is a very good channel. They've been around for a while. Damn it, this is still too long. I gotta cut it down a little. Yeah, great channel. A lot of World War I, some World War II, some other stuff as well, even some older stuff, I think. Very good channel, great resource. That's the sort of thing you can put on while you're painting, you know what I mean? And it's like, I was listening to a lot of his, or a lot of their videos while painting up my bolt action armies and listening to stories about, you know, the U.S. Involvement in World War II and stuff in different battles while I was painting up all my U.S. guys. Little mohawk head. Yeah. That works. Don't need to go too crazy with it. Just a little bit of purple on there on the head. I just put a little glue and then I smush it down in there like that. Alright, cool. Simple enough. Try and get them super duper perfect. That's fine with me. Alright. So I want to go over the list. Maybe I'll lay out my army list on the table. We'll take a look. Because it really isn't a lot. That'll be a nice way to end the stream. I can also take a look and see, oh, maybe I need to touch something up here. Let me try real quick, though, chat. And make sure there's no loose feathers, marabou feathers, because these, you can see marabou, it just goes everywhere. It's so light and wispy that it just catches, the wind catches it, and it's like, whoosh, goes everywhere. It gets stuck all over the minis. It's kind of a pain. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the buildings like this so it looks cool in the background. I have to paint the buildings. That's what I'm going to do after the stream. I'm going right down in the basement. Well, I'm going to eat some tacos first or something. Then I'm going to go right in the basement and airbrush the buildings. Then I can do all the basing and crap, and then we'll be good. Let's take a look. Got more Noctjaeger, the emus. I'm not using the medic emu, actually. Got that. What else? Also using... Boom! The Puma as well. Boys. I'm trying to think, what else was there? Is that it? It's not a very big list at all. It's a very elite army, if you will. Let's see. I'll have to take a look on my phone. Let's get it all looking nice. Can anyone guess what this is? Now, it's 3D printed. I don't know if it's the right scale or whatnot, but it's a big boy. But it's one of the big boys. Got these guys. Shrek Wolfen, my emus. I got our little peacocks. Squirrr. Platoon commander. Totem core. Which will go like this. Is it 8 and 8, and then we got boom, boom, and I got to double check, but I believe that's the entire list. That's 1,500 points. Yes, it's the Panther. So I do have one downstairs that Rev printed. It's supposed to be the King Tiger. But I don't know. I think it is larger. But this is the Panther, supposedly. I don't know. He 3D printed it. It looks good to me. And we're not using it, though, as the Shining Cannon, the light Shining Cannon. I downgraded to the super heavy anti-tank. A, because I don't have a turret top with a Shining Cannon turret. Also because I only have 8 Rift Ice. And this is 1, 2... that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... and then 3 more for 8 Rift Ice. Rift Mastery. But this is the list. We have... Let me double check. I have my phone here. This should be 1,495 points. Let me take a look. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong one. It is this one. Okay, so we have Heinrich Gross, aka Little Peacock. He's got 3 emus. And they're just with the assault rifles. So that's Little Peacock and them. It's 257. Then we have a veteran platoon commander with a veteran bodyguard soldier equipped with 1 point of guts and Panzerfaust. That's 71 points. I know people use, it seems like if you want to get competitive, they use like the inexperienced platoon commanders because it's way cheaper. But Helga Wunderpump, she ain't inexperienced, okay? She's a vet, all right? She's veteran, okay? You don't end up with with this dude being inexperienced in a cool dress like that, so... So dumb. So dumb. And then we got that 71 points. Then we have 2 units of Totenkorps. What do you call it? This is the 2 units of Totenkorps 8-man units or 8 zombie units. These are 168. Then we have 2 Nachtjäger squads of 3 Nachtjägers each. 90 points, 90 points. We have a Schreckwolfen squad, 129 points, 3 Schreckwolfen. And then we have a command vehicle, the Panther X, with the super heavy anti-tank downgrade for minus 35 points. And then we also have a stolen green hand Puma with the Schwerfield cannon, because you need a Schwerfield cannon. It's too good to not use one. Especially Rev, he's going to be using one, so I have to have one. I'm meta gaming. This is the site to get all your ROMs before it backup before it shuts down. Are you talking about my intern or something? Whatever it is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about from the Reddit Discord or whatever. But there's also my Internet Archive. I think I don't think I can actually talk about it too much on stream because it's like illegal or technically or whatever. Or I can't talk about it too much or exactly, but. Which I was, but I think recently I actually double checked and I had to like sign up for my Internet Archive or something to use it. If I'm not wrong. Atlantis, which before you didn't need to. So they have the other site that you're talking about, which it didn't pop up, by the way. I don't know if you tried to post a link and it auto modded or something. I didn't see a link. But, or the website you're talking about. But I think I know what you're talking about. The My Intern, I think it's called, or whatever it's pronounced. They had that as a backup option as well. And that's shutting down soon. So I think you can still use Internet Archive and just download, or make an account. But I didn't know. And I was like, do I want to make an account for Internet Archive? I don't know if I do. You know, I was already kind of like shady or like weirded out. Like, is this like, you don't want to get like a freaking virus or something, you know what I mean? But it seemed like this was okay using the Internet Archive and from the folks on Reddit we're talking about, from I think it's the Mega ROM thread or whatever. So, anyways, that being, I was looking for something recently. Of course, I obviously own the disc. Cool DACA, the 4-disc most expensive PS1 game of all time or whatever, right behind something. Of course, I own the discs. I just wanted to get the ROMs for my handheld device. You know, obviously you legally need to own the discs, which of course I obviously do. So if you own the game, then of course you can download a ROM for it because you own the game. You got to be careful with newer stuff. This is all a lot of these games aren't even available anymore, so that's one thing. If it's not available to buy or something like that. But it's when these folks start like downloading like freaking Wii games or something that you start getting issues, right? Or whatever. I wasn't aware I've gotten a run a virus scan. Really? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had an issue with my Internet Archive once or twice, but I've only used it once or twice, so I'm very careful with it. So I haven't downloaded a bunch of ROMs or anything before, but I DM you on Discord a link to other zombies I found that are pretty cool, though they do need to get scaled properly. Okay, I'll take a look. Take a look. And hey, Jenny Brats, what's going on? Just popping in to wish you a good stream and rest of your weekend. Hey, thank you, O7. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend as well. Just been working mostly on new battle report, so that's going to be coming out on Wednesday for you folks. A lot of editing as usual. Is it under requests, probably? Oh, yeah, I have to accept your guys' DMs. Duh. Just from streaming before. I think I probably had it to where I have to accept your messages. Oh, damn, that looks sick, too. Tiki sent me some photos of some minis. Okay. Yeah, look good. Oh, they look great, actually, yeah. So that's another good option. I mean, I have all these Kushakuno ones or whatever, which I like. They're also kind of goofy. These have more of a realistic look, which I think is... People may like this as an option as well. They look really good. So I guess if anyone's looking for other options for the Totem Core, there's some good 3D prints. Did you put that on the Konflikt Discord for everybody? I'm sure they love that. I'm going to post the Kushakuno ones when I'm done in there. So where did you get the run a virus scan thing, Atlantis? From the My Intern thing or from Internet Archive? Or did you try and like go to some other website or some shit? Need to design and print some slightly larger characters that are holding emus like a football player running with the balls that squeezes them to launch the emu eggs with acidic yolk. Okay. Have fun with that thought and lore. True. So emu egg grenades. Like emu egg grenades is what you're talking about. I see. I see. I see. And those are called, by the way, those zombies were called World War II Deutsch Zombies 3D Model Pack 6, in case anyone was interested. I bet you somebody will end up watching this and be like, he didn't say the name. That's what they were. ROM? Oh, so like a different... Oh, I didn't know there were time or ROM viruses. Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. There are certain websites that proclaimed that you could just download ROMs that tons of people have gotten freaking viruses and stuff from. It's one of the reasons why I think in that, or they're like places in Brad, they were talking about safe places that you can do it. Grenade launcher egg things. Yeah, okay, gotcha. But anyway, this is the list, chat. Right here. So, well, I guess I'm going to have to make a My Internet Archive account or something. And hopefully that doesn't mean I'm going to get like 1984 in the future or something. I don't know. I don't know what else could happen, but so we got our emus, emu Nachtjagers, soon to be emu Totem Cores, and regular Shrek Wolfen. Boo! Give us giant emus. So we're actually looking for replacements. So these could be for the green hand. We're looking for replacements where there's giant bird, like bulky bird dudes that are ripping people's heads off. So I'm sure there's something online that I could find on Cult. But if you guys do find big bird dudes that look like they could be Shrek Wolfen, but they're bird guys, maybe from like some D&D thing or some sort of other game, let me know, because I am looking for bird men. Big burly bird men. You know what I'm talking about? And whoa, Squig Herder Sean, round of applause, gifting a membership to Jenny Brats. Thank you for that. Very, very kind. Enjoy the emotes. We got our... you can only really... That's the one thing that sucks about YouTube. You can only use the emotes on our channel, but we got all our faction emotes. We have our George emote, and we're soon have the little peacock emote as well. But you will get early access to the battle reports and the videos we put out. So it's usually a couple days or so, but... Thank you. Very, very kind of you, Squig Herder Sean. Even though I did have Tiki come in here and tell me earlier not to trust what you say. Alright? So, I have conflicting words. I've heard Tiki's not real. Tiki's telling me not to trust Squig Herder Sean. So, I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this. You know what I mean? But thank you, my friend. Very, very kind of you. Very kind. Very kind. All right. Well, there we go, chat. There. Hey, look, we almost got to 3 hours too. Somebody call Keith. Somebody call Keith. I'll do a random sound effect. What do I have? Machine gun. Insect alien attack. Militia voice. This is wise advice indeed. Yeah, I'll take both of your advices. I'll trust neither of you. Tiki is, in fact, actually AI and also real because he has gained sentience at this point. Tiki was real, then he died, then he became AI, and now the AI has reincarnated Tiki. And in true biolog, it is really him, but somehow AI did it, you know? So we could just find a loop to make it work. But anyways, chat, there we go. There's the list. This is what's going to be showing down. What do you guys think? I bet you Rev is going to have Nachtjägers. He's going to be using a Panzer IV mech with a Schwerfield cannon. That's all I know. I know he also, I think, has Totenkor or something that he painted up, if I'm not wrong. So it's going to be a very similar list. He's probably going to have... I actually don't know what he has. I don't know. I'm very curious what he's going to be using for his axis. He's probably got Schreckwolfen. So it's like maybe Little Peacock is trying to overthrow the local occult leader in Dresden and take power and gain all of the Nachtjägers and the Schreckwolfen and the Totenkor and all the power and all the Rift juice. You know, that might be what's going on. That being said, it's Rev, so I got my work cut out for me. He's probably he's a tactical genius. And I just realized this unit shoots. This unit, there's 2 Panzerfaust, and then there's these 2 tanks. Nothing else shoots. 2 non-scoring infantry units, but they're Totenkors, so they should stick on an objective and stop him from scoring. And then we have 2 3-man Nachtjägers and a 3-man Schreckwolfen. So if this tank and this Puma get blown up, there's only 3 assault rifles and a pistol, and then 2 regular pistols and 2 Panzerfaust on the board. So it looks like we're going occult melee with 2 tanks tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Probably should have had some regular infantry units with guns and like some LMGs. You know what I mean? Just to like pin units and potentially shoot something. But that's boring. We're going to go for everything's got feathers for the most part. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm curious too. The Panther with the super heavy anti-tank. That's always like, even the Shining Cannon, it's like just going to miss, you know? Yeah, I only have 3 Schreckwolfen. I'm probably going to end up having at least 6 for this army. Once we figure out the birds and we get some cool birds. But yeah, we're definitely, I think Schreckwolfen are one of the stronger units for, if you're going to go for an occult melee thing, it's the Totenkor and the Schreckwolfen. I don't think the Nachtjäger are going to be very good for my guesses, but who knows, maybe they're going to be good, but their stats don't look like too crazy. But they just fit the aesthetic of the army so well as like emu birdmen. So, that being said, too, we might replace these Nachtjäger in the future with, like, bird people. You know, who's to say? I might just go straight up the Schreckwolfen are giant emu dudes. The Nachtjäger are flying birdmen with, like, German pants or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But, because these are just 3D prints that we did that are, like, temporary. They look good, but... Nachtjägers are glass cannons? Yeah. Yep. Which I figure they're gonna die, but hopefully they can do some work. So it's a cool list, and it could be good. I think if you just had like 2 Nachtjäger and way more Schreckwolfen, you'd be good. But this is what I got, and it's gonna be fun at least. So 15 Schreckwolfen, hell yeah, brother, hell yeah. Well, after seeing Mordian's video, which I'm gonna go watch this while I go eat some food and airbrush the buildings after the stream. I'm gonna go watch Mordian's video because I saw his list. He's got Drugov and 6 bears and like power armor dudes and whatnot. And dude, I'm telling you right now, like the freaking dealing with toughness 7. I've heard people say it's pretty easy with walkers, but my experience dealing with the hard to kill toughness 7 and 8 units, particularly the bears. Dude, if somebody gets on a hot streak like Rev with rolling hard to kill rolls, oh my god. It just ends up dominating. So, I'm curious. Like, I do think the Shrekwolfen are very good, but I still think the bears are just significantly better, especially their Ursine Fury ability. But that being said, I was very happy with the Shrekwolfen. They almost were able to take out a bear squad, 3 Shrekwolfen. I think it was, they left 1 bear left. So, that's a pretty good exchange, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So, I'm happy with it. And they're cheap. They're 129 points for 3. So, I haven't even used their ability once, because every time I've been in a position to charge, it's been a fearless unit on the other side. And what we figured out, at least we think, is a fearless unit doesn't get affected by morale stuff, so their Howl at the Moon ability doesn't affect a fearless unit. So every time they've gone to charge something, it's been something that's fearless. So I haven't, unfortunately, gotten to use the Howl at the Moon, but hopefully that'll be good. We'll see. But anyways, I think it's a cool list. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun battle, and Rev's army is gonna look sick. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I think he sent a photo, but I don't want to spoil anything, but he went like super vibrant with some of the colors. So it's going to be like, it's going to look pretty sick on the tabletop. So the main thing I got to do after the stream tonight, I'm going to airbrush these. So I'm going to go with like a darker red color with black or something. Paint it like that. But all right, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. We got a nice little 3-hour stream in, and I got some buildings to paint. I got some video editing to do for the till Wednesday, and tomorrow we're going to be filming as well, so I got to like charge all my batteries and all that. It's a good thing I remembered actually just now. I got to charge all my equipment. But yeah, should be good. So what's left I got to do for tonight? I got a base, paint, and yeah, then I'm done. So try and get all this stuff done, and then tomorrow afternoon we're filming. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you again to Tiki for the gift member, Gabriel for the super chat. Very, very kind to you, sir. And Squig Herder for the gift membership. Very kind. And give yourself a round of applause for hanging out today on a Sunday. Keeping me company while I do a little painting. And, you know, what do you call it? Get a little streaming in on the channel. So, picks in Discord? Oh, shit. Let's take a look. We can't end without taking a look. Sheesh. Hell yeah. The bright green. Oh, you got the yellow. I like the yellow for the eyes. Man, these grass tufts, did you get these off Amazon? I've been seeing a lot of folks using like the pink ones and stuff. I feel like ones with red would look really good on the little peacock to match the red. I might need to get something like this. These look great. Very nice. I love the jumping one too. Hell yeah. Yeah, there you go. Put them out on the grass. Nice and simple too. Nice simple paint job. Looks good. Nice and clean. Very nice. I will say, I'll start putting a link for you guys in the future in the YouTube chat. I do have a Discord. It's Li Flies Mike. This is my Flytime Discord. But I mean, we have folks that post all sorts of stuff. There's like music, guitar stuff. I do have a tabletop miniature section. So if you guys want to share stuff on stream instead of having to DM me or something, you could do that or whatever. Or you could always post it in the Konflikt Discord as well. I mean, not that I don't mind. You can always DM me. I don't give a shit. But I do have a Discord as well. So if you guys in the future want to, if you want me to put it in there, I'll put it in there and you guys can check it out. I will say it's mostly this. It's mostly fishing related stuff. Fly tying. This is from my fly tying community. They post like photos of their fishing and like the flies and stuff like this. So, but if you guys want, I'll post it in the future. These are my lizard men. This is what I was talking about, blending speed paints while it's wet. Check out what you can do. You can kind of like, you see, this is like while everything was wet, you take different colors of speed paint and you blend it on top of each other. So you start out with the yellow, or you have blue and then yellow separated, and then you mix the two together and it turns green in the areas where it blends. So there's some really cool stuff you could do with speed paints. So shout out to One Page Rules, man. Sick miniatures, by the way. So anyways, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. You folks have an awesome night. Thanks for sharing some pictures and hanging out and chatting. And Wednesday, new video, Alpine Assault. And we'll be streaming on Saturday, next weekend, Sunday. So appreciate it. You folks have an awesome weekend, or rest of your weekend, and have an awesome week. The Tufts were from Shadow's Edge. Okay, I'll take a look. Cool. Appreciate it. All right, chat. You have a great weekend. I'm going to go eat some food and get some work done. So you folks take it easy, and thanks for hanging out.